James had always been a tough soul, never beaten, always determined to hold his ground. But after leaving the doctor, he found himself conflicted by their last meeting. "No, you can't. No, I won't let you. Not today." James woke up, hot and sweaty, and noticed that Jess was still asleep. He felt too afraid to tell her what was going on, so every time he had these night terrors, he decided to go for a walk. As James began jogging through the night, he started to feel cold. He brushed his hands together for warmth. Suddenly, he was blinded by a bright light, interchanging and bouncing back and forth. One moment it was green, the next red, the next yellow. A gush of wind broke out of the beaming light, and a figure stood in the middle. James called out, "Hello? Who are you? Are you causing this? Tell me! Tell me!" But the stranger didn't respond, and just walked away into the bright light. James began to run toward the light, but as soon as he did, the color seemed to fade, and a gray smoke started to creep in from beneath. Hands from all directions charged at the young man as he tried to retreat, but it was no good. One had his ankle in its grasp. "Let go of me, you inferno hands! Release me at once!" he screamed, as the hand snatched him and destroyed the light with it. James found himself chained and unable to move from head to toe. Then a shadowy figure walked in and began to walk around his cage, as if it were examining him. James began banging on the metal bars. "Who are you? Why did you bring me here? Tell me, you monster!" The shadow leaned into the bars and spoke with a sinister tone. "That's no nice way to talk about your old friend, is it, James?" James fell back in horror at the sight of the master's decaying, rotted face. He was struck with absolute fear. "Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. At least not yet," the master said with an evil laugh, and began reaching into the bars as he grew. He grew larger and taller, towering over the cage. James' fear grew as the giant threw him around in the room with a menace. It felt like being struck on the teacup ride, endlessly turning and spinning. His chain began to slip from the ceiling, holding him up as the cage hit wall to wall. The rust of each link slowly gave way, sending him falling 1,000 feet through a never-ending tunnel of chaos, voices spilling through the walls, and sharp spikes from all directions. As it seemed he was about to hit the ground, James suddenly woke up next to Jess and laid back into bed, shaking and restless. It was just a dream, a nightmare of Hall's," he said with relief.